is making pretty clear what she thinks is happening here. Here she was blaming Israel for Jeffrey Epstein, again, without any evidence. And if there's evidence, present it. I'm all in favor of all Jeffrey Epstein files being released, all of it, no evidence whatsoever, because she doesn't like Israel and also because she has some peculiar views, shall we say, about Jews.
This is wild. Anna Kasparian from TYT just went full nuclear on Ben Shapiro. Not a debate, not a disagreement, a full-scale exposure. And honestly, whether you like the Young Turks or not, what she drops in this clip is the kind of thing Ben does not want circulating. And trust me, after watching this, he's gonna wish he stayed quiet. Welcome to the Matrix Breakdown. Let's plug in.
I too dislike Israel deeply because its government is a genocidal, disgusting government that has a military that has committed atrocities, genocide, and all sorts of horrible, horrific, inhumane behavior and activities, using American resources to do it, by the way. But
all true.
Regardless of that, I don't judge my opinion on the Epstein files based on how I feel about Israel. I base it on the facts. And in fact, there's been quite a bit of reporting in recent weeks that ties a direct link between Epstein and the Israeli government. But Jake, what are your 2 cents?
Yeah, my 2 cents is that Dropsite News already broke the story about how Jeffrey Epstein was working with Israel. What did Jeffrey Epstein want America to do? Ben Shapiro won't tell you, but we will, and we'll show you why he's obviously preposterously wrong. And you all know what he's gonna say. Everybody's an anti-Semite.
All right, well, for those who are interested in being smeared as anti-Semites because they believe in the truth, let's get to the details. So the clip that you just watched featuring Ben Shapiro was from yesterday's episode of his show, which was titled "Trump Ends MTG's Career," which is a little bit out of touch if you ask me, but nonetheless.
A lot out of touch.
As you already saw, Shapiro denied that Epstein has ties to the Israeli government, but
how would he know?
Well, actually,
know?
I think he probably does know and is intentionally lying to us, but we'll put that aside for now. I don't know what's in his head. Maybe actually, you know what? I wanna be better. I wanna be better than that. I'll be generous and take his word for it and just assume that maybe he doesn't know about this reporting.
But
okay,
I wouldn't come out and tell you, I am positive that the Turkish government has nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. How would I know?
How can you trust anything
I'm
he
not
says?
positive about anything because we haven't seen any of the files. We don't know any of the evidence. How do you know they didn't do it? How do you know Saudis didn't do it? How do you know the CIA didn't do it? But you seem absolutely certain, Ben. How would you gain that certainty?
So let's get to some of the headlines that were featured over at Dropsite News because they poured over the Ehud Barak emails to Epstein, which of course were leaked as part of a hack. They also reported on the various documents and emails that were released by both Democrats and Republicans in the House Oversight Committee. So with that in mind, I mean, this is based on hard evidence. They were able to report the following stories. Epstein helped broker an Israeli security agreement with Mongolia. Interesting. Epstein helped Israel build a back channel to Russia during the Syrian civil war. That's not all. Epstein helped Israel sell a surveillance state to the Ivory Coast. Here's this other one, by the way.
That's weird. He seems to be working with one particular country.
Quite a bit. An Israeli spy stayed at Epstein's Manhattan residence for weeks at a time. That was a story that I reported on just last week. And then today, oh wait, there's more. Oh no, there's one more that was published today. Jeffrey Epstein pursued Swiss Rothschild Bank to finance Israeli cyber weapons empire. Epstein to Ehud Barak. Ariane de Rothschild said to me, if Ehud wants to make serious money, he will have to build a relationship with me, take time so that we can truly understand one another. It's pretty incredible how many deals he engaged in on behalf of Israel, a country that Ben thinks Epstein had no ties to whatsoever.
So look, what's amazing is that it's the emails are indisputable, and I've now said this a bunch of times because I'm blown away by it. Epstein could get a meeting with almost any world leader. Mongolians, no problem. Ivory Coast, no problem. Vladimir Putin, no problem. And in fact, Ehud Barak not only had trouble, the former Israeli prime minister, getting those meetings, but Epstein, more deeply connected to the Israeli government than even the former prime minister, could get those meetings at the drop of a hat. That means he was one of the most powerful men on earth. And literally every single instance is him helping one country. And it isn't Mongolia, and it isn't the Ivory Coast, and it isn't America.
Here's the real tension. This isn't about Epstein, it's about narrative control. If the public learns Epstein wasn't just some rogue rich creep, but part of a geopolitical intelligence operation, then suddenly the media, intelligence agencies, and political figures look complicit. And what's Ben's job at the Daily Wire? Protect Israel's image at all costs. Think about the pattern. COVID lab leak, conspiracy. Then it's true. CIA groups, all conspiracy. Then declassified. Epstein intelligence links, anti-Semitic conspiracy, and now emails, meetings, intelligence ties, blackmail, all documented. Do you see the pattern? I do.
So there's no question anymore. You could say, look, I don't know that Epstein was being paid by Mossad or technically worked for Mossad, but you cannot say that he wasn't working with Israel. And by the way, what was his top objective? Well, he had a lot of objectives, but certainly one of the top objectives in the emails is getting America to bomb Syria and getting America to bomb Iran. Oh, look, those are the two things that Israel wanted most. And there's Epstein working with Israel to do the thing they want, which is for America to fight their wars for them. That's not a trope. That's literally what they did, and it's in their own emails.
So did Marjorie Taylor Greene plant these stories and just make up an entire narrative about Epstein's ties to Israel because she dislikes Israel? Or could it just be that these documents, these emails, everything that's been released through the House Oversight Committee that Drop Site News has been poring over, confirms something that's been long suspected, that Epstein was working with the Israelis? So let me give you some more information here. So Shapiro doesn't think that Epstein had any connections to intelligence, period.
Oh, no, he knows. He knows. How do you know, Ben?
There's evidence presented. I'm all in favor of all Jeffrey Epstein files being released, all of it. The reason I think the president didn't want all of that released is because he was tired of talking about it and because his own FBI had told him there was no there. But I'm all in favor of more transparency on the Epstein files. And anybody who was involved, if in fact there was, as the sort of most ridiculous suppositions, evidence-free suppositions suggest, some sort of intelligence agency operation to underage people in order to blackmail people, which is the theory here. If that's true, whoever engaged in it is evil, full stop, bar none. That's just basic morality. But again, the evidence-free nature of this thing is the reason why it is being trafficked by people like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, I know. He killed himself because there's no
now
there
we're screwed,
there.
Anna. That means they definitely cleansed the files. Because there's no way that Ben Shapiro is gonna say, oh yeah, release them all, I don't mind at all. And you know what, if anyone was up to no good, they are evil, bar none, right? No, that means he already knows Israel wiped him clean.
I mean, we don't know what's going on in his head.
And all right, that's my speculation, to be fair.
That's the speculation, and I don't want to put words in his mouth. No, I think he's entirely wrong in his commentary here. But I don't know what's going on in his head. I don't know what he knows and doesn't know. What I do know, though, is that he has this habit of immediately dismissing legitimate concerns that do have merit by just blowing it off as, oh, this person just hates Israel. In fact, go ahead.
Yeah, just real quick, Anna. I mean, before, same thing with Trump. Trump and Shapiro, same timeline, right? Don't release them, there's no big deal. Come on, stop it, nobody should look. Don't worry about it, no. All of a sudden, oh, we're good, you can release them all now. I'm sure that there's nothing bad in them. Okay, oh boy, now I'm really worried, okay.
Guys, the Matrix isn't politics. The Matrix is a narrative that tells you what you're allowed to question. Ben isn't debating. Ben is policing the Overton window. If the truth threatens the system, the truth becomes hate speech. So here's the question. Did Anna expose a lie? Or did she accidentally unravel something much bigger? Comment your take. And if you're awake, hit subscribe. Welcome to the Matrix Breakdown. Thanks for watching.